Hey everybody, welcome back. Dirty Doug here out in the old shed doing Dirty Doug things. Getting some things done today. Today's Sunday. I took yesterday off and did a bunch of running around. Bought a few things. Got that Easter shopping done for my boy, which I like doing. Old badass Sean's going. See, she kicked in. So it's fairly warm in here. It's snowing out again here today. It's cold. This sucks. It's getting old. But anyway, spring will soon be here. Woo! Anyways, so I got the Honda done out here today. I put the starter on it. Man, oh man, I'm telling you. 2008 Honda Civic, very difficult to put a starter on. Just placement of it's wild. Yeah, it's real wild. So, got that done. I just get motivated to do some other things on this car. So I started slapping some more stuff on it. I did this part. Last time I was showing this car, I did this one here. I did that patch up in there, fix that one. And then here today, I put in this piece right here, right back to there. See where it's welded, what kind of welded. I'm almost out of welding gas and stuff. I want to be able to show a little bit of something on the video today. But I put that piece of rock in there. That ties most of it in. There's a few spots that I see that need welding here, like here, over here, and up there a bit, and right here in the corner. Right there in the corner, weld that. I put a round rod in there. As you can see, there's a round rod in there. I gotta weld some more to that. Just weld her up a little bit more down here, make her more solid. There's a few spots I've seen that I want to redo, but in the meanwhile, I'm going to do what you see over there. You see that sill over there? It's I'm gonna fix that today. At least I think I am. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to do this with. I'm gonna try to do this with. Put it in with metal, but it's a fairly long rocker piece. I don't know. It's fairly long. I'm gonna try to do it without grinding or anything. Anyways, I'm gonna try to do it all without turning the mini grinder on. Yeah, because I want to use my cutter. That's kind of what I bought it for. So I have my welding brush under my welding brush and grinder thing here. Yeah, under there, cleaned it all up. Badass. This is another version of Badass Tr7. You see right here. Yeah, that thing's awesome. Got that from my buddy John. He gave it to me. Thank you, John. That's awesome. It's sweet. So yeah, what was I doing here? So I found a piece of metal, and all my metal I have over here. Now I just found it, and part of the metal, all the metal that my buddy Joe gave me. I haven't cut anything off it or anything, and it's got this bend on it. And I was just hoping and praying that this bend would work some way with the rest of it and fit in there. So I'm going to grab this whole piece of metal. It's got a bend on it, man. I'm going to see if I can fit up in here. I'll show you what's going on. Yeah, so underneath here on the sill, it's all rotty-totty. You can see. Rotty-totty. Very. That's sketchy. If I can turn that. Yeah, it doesn't turn. Anyway, everything else does. Anyway, that's sketchy at best. So let's hope my piece of metal would fit in here that I found. This camera's going to piss me off. Watch. I can't set it so it'll stay up. Anyway, I'll put it between my legs. That's what I'll do. Here we go. I just touched that camera. It's doing something weird now. So it's curved here and it's curved back there. Yeah, you see it all flanges out right back there. It changes, dips in a bit. And up here, it coils out. I got to finish welding here. I got to put a piece in here. I'll probably put another triangle in here too, and this just to close that off. Just a piece that's bent in there and shoved in. But yeah, I could probably bring this piece right here. I had to put this triangle in afterwards. But it looks at it anyways. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. I cut that, in, so we fill into that. There's a curve there, right there. It's curvature. It bends in. It's supposed to be flat across there and straight down. I found this. It's almost straight down. It's got about a 45 on it, right? Like, stick that up in there. It looks legit. Like see how it fits back there where it's curved, up here to where it's curved. Like it's you can't get any closer to fitting length than that for just a piece you can find, as you can see underneath the bench. Perfect. So I'll measure that. That's what I'll do. I will measure that. Hurry up and down, get my tape. I have a tape here. Not a very good one. I've got a tape. I should have took it with me in the first place, right? Yeah, anyway. So, tape measurement, final on that. This is about 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches is giving it some. Not giving you no ticks on this one, Nate. No ticks on the tape on that one. That's 1.5 inches. That'll fit, pushed out, it'll squish right in there. I'm going to go with 1.5 inches. He's being 1.5 inches all the way along, too. Keep crawling along here. Yeah, about 1.5 inches. It curves in a bit, so 1.5 inches is giving it some room to squeeze in there. I'm going to take 1.5 inches cut. I'm going to measure this 1.5 inches right off the bend and give this thing a cut. Hopefully with this metal bender, hopefully that'll cut that long ass piece. It's a bit of a long ass piece, right? But I don't know. Well, or not. Set up a camera here. You can at least see. Vice grips. I'm going to go 1.5 inches off that bend. 1.5 inches off that bend. Cheater tools. 1.5 inches off that bend. 1.5 inches off that bend. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I have so far. It's been relaxing. Didn't like working on that Honda at all, I tell you that right now. That was no fun. Exactly like my car, too. Watch, I'll have to do that again here in a couple of weeks or something stupid. Something I'm talking, something in my mouth. Sorry about that. Inch and a half. I haven't got a long square here, I don't think. I do, it's stashed somewhere. I don't know where it is. Got this square. Go from mark first. Make this one. I need a good square, don't I? Anyway. Let's try to cut that off with this metal cutter. Hope this works. I don't want to turn up a grinder at all. Today, nice and quiet. Nice quiet cut. Slice. Slice. No, it didn't even warp it all to hell, really. Didn't even screw it all up and cut it really nice. Cut that beautiful. Wow. Oh, here's hope it fits. Look at that. That's what I've turned on a grinder too. I mean, yeah, got that thing straight. Isn't it? Damn, man. That thing's sharp. That thing's sharp, man. You get your finger in there or something. Ooh, baby. That thing cuts metal. Let's go. Didn't even have to turn on a grinder. How nice is that, right? Once you hear one of those things screaming in your face, really, it's kind of annoying. All right, let's see if this fits. This camera, my legs here. Shebang, just like that. Doesn't only fit in there, it fits in there pretty near perfect. And it just sits in there. Like it's stuff went in my ear. That's nice. Oh, that's sitting in there good enough that you can beat the shit out of it. Alright, we'll put a few triangles along here and then I'll press it together with the vice grips or whatever and that'll bring it out from the top a bit. Because it's not the perfect curve. You can see right there in the corner, it's not the perfect curve. I'll get the vice grips here. These ones should do. These ones should do. I think. Joe gave me these vice grips too. They're they're pretty cool. Yeah. These vice grips are cool. Joe, my buddy Joe down the road gave them to me. Hey Joe, how you doing? Hope you're watching. Say hi to your mom for me, sweetheart. Yeah, Joe gave me these weird little vice grips. You turn this little thing jigger down here on them, and they're good for doing like something like that, I guess. Right? And just perfect. You got a little turn thing here. You hold on to this spring, and then you turn it after you get it all the way out. That is. You turn it down, and it gets tighter, right? Yeah, see, that's bringing it out nicely. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll screw with those in a bit here. I want to take this thing back out. Cut some triangles in. Now, that means I'm going to have to turn up the mini grinder. Really, I don't want any. Right. What's up, Libby? I don't want to turn on a mini grinder. I really don't. I want to cut little tiny triangles in this metal with this metal cutter. I wonder if I can do that. I'm just weird enough to try this. I'm just weird enough to try this. Whoops. I'm just weird enough to try this. Okay. Set this camera up. See if this will work. This is my cut bottom. Bend it all to shit. I cut a triangle out of it. I did. I wonder if I can do that in the middle of the piece. Bent the shit out of it though. But I just bent it right back. Look. I just cut that little triangle with that metal bender. I'm gonna do more. I'll pound that down with a hammer. Cut little tiny triangles with this thing. Isn't that cool? That one snapped right out. That's more than enough triangle to snap it to the silver, right? Yeah. One more on the other. I didn't even have to turn on a mini grinder again. But you like that, don't you? Cross armed on this one. Maybe knock the camera over. Let's cut a bit off. Yeah. Alright, 4 triangles cut in the bottom of it. I don't know if you can see them. I just did that with the metal cutter. Sorry about the noise. I'm actually going to get down on the floor and beat on that just because it's not so loud. Not that I want to work off the floor and all. Guys, it's just that it's not as loud and obnoxious and you know what I mean? I hope you do anyway. There we go. Still piece. Just like that. Now we just stick it up in there. Yeah. Yeah. Ready? Ugh. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. And this camera between my legs seems to work well for me. Yeah, I can go right to there. It's tight, y'all. It's tight. It's tight, y'all. All right, very pleased with how that turned out. I'm very pleased with how that turned out. Get these vice grips adjusted up. This seems like it's a bug in the rug. Yep. It's gonna have to be pushed in, I'd say. Maybe. I'll weld it on down here and then I'll use the pressure off it, then weld it on the other side. So what I'll do, make sure it's welded on the bottom first. So maybe that 4 plug welds would be good enough down there. Like, I said, we need a whole shitload of them. 4 will do for me. And then I can actually see the sill and the metal. I could run some along in between. I could put a spot there in between them. Whatever. Alrighty. Oh, pleased I am. Very pleased. Yeah. Yep, that'll go in. It'll flex back out, kinda. Now, that being said, that piece. It's gonna be different. Alright. Up to the next one. Might as well make that piece too, eh? Inch and a half. Inch and a half. Alright. Got a couple lines on it. Those lines. Inch and a half off a bend. Inch and a half off the bend. What was the bend on that? Anyways, we'll just bend it on that line. That's how we'll do it. Cut it off at the bend, inch and a half, and then stick it in. That's it. That was what I was thinking about. I love this table. Where's on the edge over here? Okay. Bending a random piece of metal and sticking it on a car. That's what we're doing right now. Right? Bend a random piece of metal and put it on a car. 45. Go to 45, I'd say. That's close to somewhere to it. You think of my random guessings? Inch and a half off the bend. Let's cut it with the metal bender. See, I'm just confident this is going to fit. That's just bending it on a table right there. Not warped, not screwed up. Stainless steel table. I love this thing. I hope that works. Maybe a little bit more bend. Oh, I'm thinking more. And now that I look at it, right here. That's almost full bend. Yeah, that's more than enough. Inch and a half. Go on now. Go on. Inch and a half off that bend. I'll cut it on that side. Yeah. Oh, what a nice bend. It's all over the place. Actually, it's just off in a little one spot. It's good on each end though. Eyeballing it. That's better. It was good in the end. Yeah. But damn. There's only so much I can work that line up. I'm just gonna cut it now. I'm gonna cut right there. I'm gonna go on the inside of that one there. Yeah. That's it. Talk to myself. Convince myself that's right. That's all it took. Convince myself that was right. Awesome. I'm gonna cut on the metal bender. This thing is slick. I'm loving it. What a great investment. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that. Still haven't started up a mini grinder. I'm saving money. The money I am saving on cutting discs will quickly pay for this metal bender. So if you're doing any kind of metal bending, get one of these cutters. Yeah. Now I got all these vice grips in the way too. They will affect my performance. That one's not the same as the last one. No, that one's a bit bigger. That's me doing guesstimation stuff, right? That will almost work though. Yep. Guesstimation stuff. It's essentially too big. Yeah, it's just a bit too big. I do want that bend, don't I? Yes, that's the one I want. For sure. You cut some more off it. We'll cut another 1/4 inch off it. And hopefully it'll fit right in. Yeah. So now we're going to do yet another cut with our metal cutter. I'm going to eyeball myself up a 1/4 inch of a cut on this. No, I'm not. I'm going to draw a line. One of those quick carpenter lines. Just like that, right? One of those quickie carpenter lines. Didn't cut it too straight. That's no big deal. It's no big deal. Slivered. I just slivered that. Yeah. I just slivered it. And hopefully, I'll grind it down in the corner back there. And it will fit. Yeah, everything changes up here on this thing. Yeah, everything changes right here. I'm gonna get the vice grips out, bend that lip down and out towards the end of the car. This needs to be, lip needs to be bent out. Vice grip bent out. Nope, that won't work. Needs to be bent out. Could beat it with a hammer. Or I could bend it out with a pair of vice grips. And I could beat it with a hammer. I think both of them sound pretty exciting. Alright. There we go. Bend her out. So just rope in a bit anyway, so there's something there. Alright. I'll beat the hell out of it with a hammer a bit. Because I like to hit stuff with hammers. Now that piece is got to let it sit on because I just bent it all out straight. That is fine. Yeah. Needs to be, there's a quarter right here. Humps down. Change right there. There's a hump. It rolls right there. I take that out and grind a spot out of that. And then it'll fit right up in there. I can tie it into that piece. And I mean, it kind of just sits up in there now almost, right there in the corner. That's good too. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There, it does sit up in there. Oh, it's Alright. We'll grab the mini grinder. You'll grab the mini grinder. Sorry guys. Gonna have to grab that mini grinder and grind that piece off. I don't think I can cut a corner. Watch. I'm gonna convince myself to do this again with the metal cutter. I cut a little corner of that piece of metal. I'm gonna do it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Not just because I just because I think I can. Anyways. Alright. Hold tight. I'm gonna get my marker so I have an idea where to cut. I'll grab my marker. Yeah. Right. Come here, tripod. I'm putting it between my legs and holding it, and it seems to be working very well for me. So you say right from there, right to, let's say there. You cut a little dippity-doo in that, and I'm just drawing my ass off, not to start up the grinder here, and doing weird things. Let's go. Nice. Half decently healthy cutoff. Oh my. See, I just cut a little triangle off there. I'm doing it. Right? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Slivers, stuff. I just cut a corner with that. Watch this. Go old school. I'll go old school and I'll get a file and I'll file the burrs down like this. So it's not so sharp. See, it still didn't turn on mini grinder. Just cut a corner and a piece of metal. Right? Yeah, I know it looks like shit, but guess what? I get another turn the grinder on. That's what I wanted to do, I guess. This is the not turn the grinder on episode. Look how that fits up there. Right? Interesting, right? Yep. Looks legit to me. This pair of vice grips on, I took it off that one. Up here to pay Paul on that one. There we go. Could come a little bit this way. There's a little bit of a gappy gap right there. We're not going to worry about that. There we go. Cause a lot of it. Pound that in with a hammer. Tight there. Put more vice grips on it. That's tight, y'all. That one there's held on. I took two of those pairs of vice grips off that, and I'll put two on this. Let's tighten those ones up a little bit more. There we go. Look. Shebang. There's another piece. You know what we're going to do now? We're going to cut a couple triangle notches in. That's what the metal cutter. Yeah. Well, we'll take 3. 2 and 3. One, two, three. Sat flat the hammer on the floor only because it's noisy on the bench, guys. I'm not working off the floor or anything like that. This is the best application for this on right now. So there we go. I cut this circle and I cut these triangles out and I cut this piece off, all with our beautiful, the series of bad acetron stuff that I have here that I bought lately since I started doing these YouTube videos. Here's this thing. I seem to love it. So far. You haven't got one, you need one too. I wish I knew how to use that beaver thing. I could get a number for you guys to buy it off of, but I can't seem to figure that stuff out. It's a little bit of a gappy gap up there. We got big vice grips here too. Here's what we need. Beat the hell out of that with a hammer. A hammer. I don't have one down here. I did. Listen, I want it to fit better up in there. I think it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Come on now. Get out of that. I caught my sleeve and stuff. I'll hold this up. Tighter. The dirt says tighter. All right. Yeah. You guys were, see, I had this in between my legs and I hardly even showing you guys what I was doing. Get pieces and put it in the car again, I am, you guys. Go figure. More pieces yet, right? You're like, wow, really? Yeah, really. That is tight along there, up top. I think that's going to change everything. Once I weld those bad boys in there. I should have these over here for now. I want those tighter too. Keep on things tighter, guys. That's too tight. That's same as it was before. I should stop being so fussy. Anyway, so you guys, there's a couple patches to for me to weld in. You know, I'm not gonna get under here welding because every time I do, I butcher a phone. Like seriously, every time I do, I butcher a phone. Like seriously, it sucks. So we're gonna weld this in. I suppose I could make that corner patch. Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make that corner patch, and we're gonna do it without turning on a mini grinder. That's what we're gonna do. Piece of cardboard. This piece sitting right here on the floor. Hammer and marker. All right, let's see what we can do down here with this patch I just showed you guys. All right. All right, camera, where are you gonna sit? Oops, sorry, guys. All right, right there like that. I'm gonna take you off. I'm sorry, it didn't even budge. It didn't even budge. Anyway, damn it, not big enough. I need a bigger piece of cardboard. I really don't know if I got anything here that's any bigger. I mean, I'm gonna tear off the box, which is no fun. Just hold on a second, bear with me, guys. We're gonna do so it's a piece of cardboard here to make a template out of, so I get somewhere around the right, somewhat right. So it's close to. Bang, cardboard. Back into there and do this. All right. All right. Da, da, da. Oh, I hope you're all having a good weekend. Mine usually aren't very exciting. If it is a weekend wherever you are. Yeah, that will do. So, general idea. That's all we're going for. Yeah, I think that's got it. This is mark on a piece of cardboard right there. You see it right there as I made it in it. Piece of metal. I want that. Yeah. Do I? Will that do? Let it do. That will do. Now. There's going. It's scissors somewhere. Somewhere's not far away. Cut on the opposite side of the line. What? Almost have it. Almost have it. Go from right there, that line, right there, that line. Put my tray. I'm using this old pencil. Where's this pencil? Look familiar? Nathan? I stole his pencil. This is Nathan's work pencil he's been working with. I stole it the other day. Sorry, bud. Didn't mean steal your pencil. But there it is. I'm using it, man. I'm using it, bud. So, Nate was saying he's going to start his own channel and everything. I have no idea what it is and when he's going to start it or when he's going to put any videos on or anything like that, you guys. I have no idea. He's going to do it when he feels right for him, right? And that's when he's going to do it. So I really don't know. So if anybody's been asking, I really don't know. Soon, I guess that's all I can tell you. So he's going to do it soon. And on one of my videos, he'll let you know when and where to hook up, how to hook up, right? So yeah, it's all good. All good. Gonna go right there. Right there. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna cut this off on the corner as a corner, and then you guys can see what I'm doing here, right? Yeah. I see. I mark in for the bend. I'm gonna mark for the bend now. I'm gonna cut it off on the circle, and then I'm gonna do the bend. I'm gonna cut another cut with this thing. That's pointing way too far down. You guys didn't even see me do that, did you? Damn it. Anyway, there's corner. Ben's got to go down. Sorry about that, guys. Like, thought I had her dead on. Ben's got to go down. So, mark it on the other side. Just line up these two marks. Now this is in front of the bench. Not behind it. Hammer! Oh! So I was hitting stuff on the floor, right? Just hitting on this old table is pretty loud. Anyway. Might have to beat the shit out of this to get it in. Might have to do some more bending with it to get it in. Right, but I have more than enough meat on the outside. I'm gonna have to beat the shit out of that to get it inside. Yeah. Beat the shit out of that. Beat the shit out of that. This was like the corner I cut in it, right? Fancy corner, right? Right. Slide that right in there. If I cut that off, slide that right in. Keep measuring, keep cutting. Keep cutting, keep measuring. We'll cut your end off now. You're ready. Made a curve and then cut it off. This one's tough. Must cut bad. That one don't want to cut. Look at it all messed up this far. Cut it on the other way. Anyway, that cut her down. That top in there. Beat the shit out of it. Beat the shit out of it some more. And curve it up around there. And it'll be fine. Alright, first I gotta get these pieces welded in before I go beating the shit out of that. I will beat the shit out of it. I gotta weld it there. Another piece in there. So yeah. Cut that down some more. I'll slide that right in there. Eventually it'll just fit like a glove. It's only flat right to there. Just cut more off it. Eventually it'll slide right in. I'm almost feel there now, but I'd have to beat the shit out of it to get it in. A little bit more off there. I can beat the shit out of that and get it right in there. I don't know. Let's see. We'll see. It's a bit tight, y'all. Alright. Let's look at that. Oh. Eek. Oh. It's too short. It's been in there too far. It's been in there too far. I'll get that back in. Beat that in there good, didn't I? There we go. Oh, I can only go until I stop. Until I stop. Until I stop. I'm going right. I just want to sit on that lip anymore. There it is, sitting on the lip. And there we go. There's that. Perfect. Sweet. Well, that came together very well, I think, anyways. And now all you had to do is kind of weld it in there. I mean, because it's sitting pretty. So pretty. I'll just leave that. No, I gotta cut triangles in that too, don't I? With that, don't I? You guys know I'm gonna do it, right? All right. Triangles. All right, let's cut some triangles. All right, I almost put every piece in that rocker and haven't flashed up the mini grinder yet. One. Put it back something so we can reach it. Good. 1, 2. Just give her the old 1, 2. That's how it's done. Now you can watch me on the floor, right? See? Huh? That's that, right? Hammer back there. Is the microphone on? Hope I got sound and everything on this video. I'm video paranoid almost. Now that they're not gonna. I like the other hammer better. Little flat part on it. This one's not good for this. No, I grabbed that other hammer. Sorry about that, guys. I've grabbed that other hammer. That's about it. I like my fancy camera work, I bet. Right? Yo! Crawl around like I'm a teenager. Shada! Shada da da da! Alright. Alright, everybody. So there's a whole rocker piece that I made from scratch. With random metal sitting around in my garage without cranking up a mini grinder once. Yeah, that's pretty good, eh? Oh, that fell off. That's more than close enough. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And shall we say it's just a really beautiful thing. Oh, it's beat shit out of the end of it. Keep beating shit out with the hammer, and I'll get out of here and I'll weld it all up. That'll take some time. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Quite, actually. Yeah. So that will tie in right from the front. Oh, that's got to just be pushed in and welded there, don't it? Yeah, pushed in and welded. So I will get in here and I will weld all those triangles. I'll clamp them all, weld them all good, make sure they're welded good. I'll draw them triangles. And then after I weld them triangles, I'll probably just release the pressure with these things and it'll spring it together more, I imagine. And then I'll weld it up top. And then that part will be done. And then like I said, it's just me running around looking for other spots to weld on it, right? So yeah, that's that. That went well. So I'm gonna beat the shit out of all this stuff down here. A little more. Make it fit a little better. Get my welder code going. I haven't got much gas left. I'm pretty close on gas. Like, find a couple more pairs of vice grips to stick under there. I think I got a couple more pairs here. There's a pair of needle nose ones there. Oh, I see a pair over there too. Get a pair over there. The more vice grips, the better. The tighter, the better. The tighter you can get her, the better. There's a piece of cardboard I could use right there. Oh, there's another one of my hammers. Yeah, now I'm starting to find stuff. Here we go. Okay, a couple more pairs of vice grips down here. Yeah. This top right there. Just put some all by all these little triangles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That one. There. Got one there. Oh, we got one there. I almost have a pair right here. Squeeze that in a little tighter. That's better. Well, right down the damn seam. That's gonna stay. Take a couple of these up a little more. That one right in between, so it's on both. There we go. That one's tight. That one's tight. That one's tight. Whoa, geez, we're getting ready to weld. What we're getting ready to do. Like I said, the last couple times I've welded underneath the car with my phone, I totally screwed it up like big time. I know Nate, he put a big crack in his, he just got a new phone too. He just put a big crack in his phone from a welding spark going down and hitting on it. And it cracked the whole screen right from top to bottom. That really sucks. These phones aren't cheap to buy. I'm using my newest one I just bought now. It works best for videos for me, I guess. I haven't had one that's screwed up in a while, and I know I've made a few screwed up ones, and I know that it's frustrating for you guys, but it's frustrating for me too. Yeah, so I apologize. You know, it is what it is, and yeah. So this Sill thing here went quite well. I just got to run around here, do a few more welds and things on this, and then I'm gonna literally. I'm probably not gonna have to get a bottle of gas tomorrow. I'm gonna run up very soon, and finish welding up on this. I'm gonna slap it back down on our tires and just let her sit on our tires for a bit, and then I've got a few other things to do that I'm gonna try to get done in the next couple days. Exciting stuff for me. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to purchase a couple different things in the next week. Projects for me, home projects for me, projects for Jax to work on too. I hope he gets interested in what I get him. He should be. He's the one that wants it. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some projects going and we'll have lots of stuff to work on other than just this old rusty, crusty car. Like I said, I usually name my cars, and I haven't. I wasn't really thinking about naming this car at all because it's just, I don't know, I just never really thought of it. So it'll come to me eventually. I think I should call it Crusta because this thing's crusty. Crusta is probably a good name for this car. And you will agree. This thing's got a lot of patches in it. Like I said, it's getting closer to completion on the undercarriage, which was a freaking damn mess. I mean, if you're new here and you haven't seen it, like there's a lot of stuff going on in there. The light's not turned on, and it can be. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. There's a lot of stuff underneath. There's just a lot of stuff, right? That's not plugged in. Just bear with me for another second or two. Yep. All this stuff in here. You said all this stuff in here. All that. The whole floor. This piece of the interior there. Things catching on my light. Telescopic are in here. All the way up the floor. All the way in there. Even up in there too in the corner. As you can see. This whole floor. If you're new and you haven't seen all this. The floor over there. And the stuff underneath. You should have seen what was underneath. And the floor up there. We'll get under it here. Show you the mad. Let's show you this mad floor under here. This is a mad one. This right. It's built like a freaking tank. It's built like a tank. Like the whole floor, just all redone and built, and it looks pretty cool, right? If you think about it, it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's built good, it's solid as hell. Can't beat that. That's awesome. So it's coming together, guys. Eventually, I'll have her on her wheels, and I'll be doing some mechanic work to it. I'm not the greatest mechanic in the world, but I'm damn sure I can do it, and I'm going to at least attempt it, even though I know absolutely nothing about like a British car. I've got a book and I can teach myself. So it can't be that hard, right? People have been doing it for a long time. This car's old. So, and I know a bunch of people that know how to work on these things. So as soon as I get this bodywork done, man, I'm going to start working on this mechanical shit. And I'm going to get other projects in the meanwhile. The projects, yes. So anyways, that's it for me today. I'm gonna get under there and put some tacky tack welds on that thing and get it stuck. And I'm not gonna ruin my phone doing that. But anyways, you get some work out of me today on this. All right. So thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, my buddy Brian just made a YouTube channel. Bonsai 56. I should have wrote that down. Brian Bond. Anyways, he started making his videos, so go over there and check him out. He's working on Mitsubishi. That's a terrible brand of car, Brian. I don't like those ones either. There's few kinds of cars that I don't like. I don't really like Mitsubishis, and I don't like Hyundais at all. I don't like them at all. And there's a few other ones that we won't talk about, because some people get offended when you talk shit on their car brand. But anyway, they all break down. They're all the same. Anyways, but go over there and check out his stuff. Nathan's going to have one coming up soon. Old working padre. I hope he makes a channel. I hope he's good good with the camera. I mean, I didn't really teach him all that much stuff about doing it. So hopefully he rocks it on his own. I don't know if he's got microphones. I showed him I had all that stuff for him. I hope he's geared up. He was not, like, I'd even go down and videotape him if he wanted me to, just to help him out, like, as he's just a great guy. He's a good friend of mine, right? I'd help him out for sure. But that being said, I want to thank you all for coming back. Thank you all for liking, subscribing. Thank you all for just keep tuning in and watching. We really appreciate it. It's pretty awesome. Everybody is watching and loving what we're doing and staying tuned and all that stuff. So, right? So anyways, this is Dirty Doug doing Dirty Doug things out in the shed, you guys. This is it, man. Doing Dirty Doug things. All right, boys, over and out.